Hey everybody, it's February 7th here in China, uh, talking to you from about 400 miles south of Wuhan, the epicenter of the coronavirus, and I wanted to give you a lot of updates about what's going on because you're not hearing them in the American news. Uh, I follow the actual numbers of the coronavirus on this website, Infometer. Obviously, you can look at Johns Hopkins or the World Health Organization, but the numbers are all the same. The one thing I wanted to show you specifically on this was the logarithmic graphs of the cases and the deaths. This graph is a way mathematically to let you know how the virus is reacting globally. And as you see, there's a curve to the right here, and what each one of these dots represents is the percent increase day over day. And as you can see, it's moving towards leveling out. Now, I'm not saying it's going to level out anytime soon. This was still, you can see it jumped 3,000, then 4,000, 4,000. So there are less cases today than there were yesterday, and that 4,000 per day trend is slowing down a little bit. But I have no idea if that is how many people they can intake and test, or if that is true numbers. The one really interesting thing that we're looking at here, I've been watching CGTN, the China Global Television Network, and before you bash it, know that the episode I was watching had a Nobel laureate on it. That means somebody who won the Nobel Prize. When's the last time you saw a Nobel Prize winning person, scientist, on an American television station? So what he said is that statistically, inside of Wuhan and outside of Wuhan, the death rate is completely different. And he really wonders about it statistically, because why would Wuhan have a much higher death rate than the rest of the world and the rest of the provinces in China? Even smaller cities close to Wuhan don't have near the death rate. So he's really questioning what's going on as far as the virus inside of Wuhan and why it's so different. Mathematically, it doesn't make sense. As you can see here, the death rate outside of China is almost zero. The death rate inside of China, outside of Wuhan, is almost zero. Almost all the deaths are happening in Hebei. So with that information, you kind of wonder about what's really going on. And we have two new opportunities to really study this death rate and the infectious rate because of the unfortunate people on two cruise ships who are now quarantined. Cruise ships have bad ventilation as far as spreading of viruses and infectious bacteria. They're very close quarters. They pack everybody in very tightly. They eat communally. And this the first cruise ship, which just had a few, has already jumped up to 61 cases. So we'll see how infectious this is in a microcosm of the global community. So unfortunate for them, they are locked down for 14 days. But let's watch that very closely. Let's watch how infectious this is with people with just basic protection, because really all they're getting is face masks and gloves to manage the situation. Other things going on here. Interestingly, Hong Kong is totally paranoid. They're trying to shut everything down, which if they do shut the borders, they're going to have an extreme food shortage because all their food comes directly from China. Other cities in China, ones that are about 10,000 or smaller, have actually created blockades on the roads in and out of their city. If you've ever been to China, you know that a lot of these towns, these farming towns, only have one road in and one road out. And they literally put up rocks and a sign that says, "You're not welcome, you can't come in." So that's a very interesting thing that's happened. Other things that happened around here, in our city here, they have offered a 500 RMB reward, that's only $75, if you know of anybody from Wuhan that is here, that hasn't reported themselves, because all Wuhan residents who are outside of Wuhan are required to register so that they can be monitored to see if there's any infections. I strongly suggest that you go on YouTube and you look for CGTN, China Global Television Network. It's not biased. It's fully reporting. It uses a lot of foreign reporters, foreign dignitaries, foreign country leaders, and as I said, Nobel laureates. It's a totally different way to watch news. You should check it out. So live reporting from China. I'm healthy and fine, just taking standard precautions of not touching my face. If you're ever in an area that's epidemic-wise, wear a face mask. Yeah, wash your hands diligently, 15, 20 seconds each time, but never, ever touch your face. And one thing I did was I sat here with my wife, and we watched each other for a few minutes to show each other how often you touch your face. Supposedly between 2 and 5 times per minute, people take their hands to their face. So it's a bit of a training exercise to make sure you understand how you are going to cross-infect yourself. So take care. Till next time. Bye.